Good morning, students. Class 7. First of all, please note down the syllabus of second unit test. So, from history, lesson number 6, lesson number 7, lesson number 8. I am repeating lesson number 6, lesson number 7, lesson number 8 from history, and lesson number 2 from civics, that is directive principles. Now, before starting the lesson number 6, I am going to start with the lesson number 7, that is the foundation of the Mughal Empire. So, all of you know, you can see the picture, it's a Babur, the founder of the Mughal Empire. So, on the, you can say that the powers of the sultans, they were reducing, and independent kingdoms, they were spreading over India. So, under such circumstances, Daulat Khan, who was the governor of Punjab, and he was Ibrahim Lodi's uncle, he invited Babur, the king of Kabul, to invade India. So, the full name of Babur was Jairuddin Muhammad Babur. He was born in 1463, and Babur was related to Timur through his father and to Chinggis Khan through his mother. So Babur was only 11 years old when he inherited the throne. He conquered Samarkand when he was 14-year old, but in no time he lost both the territories. He was an ambitious man. He was determined to mark his mark in history. So he did not do by founding an empire in India known as the Mughal Empire. Babur came to the throne of Delhi after defeating Ibrahim Lodi in the Battle of Panipat. That was the first Battle of Panipat, which was fought in 1526. Please underline. So the first Battle of Panipat, which was fought between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur in 1526, was called the first Battle of Panipat. So the first Battle of Panipat 1526, Babur and Ibrahim came face to face at Panipat in 1526. The army of the last Delhi Sultanate was completely destroyed by the superior war tactics of the Mughal army. There were several reasons for Babur's victory, and these reasons you can say that Babur had used artilleries which was unknown to the Indians. His army was better trained. His officers was superior, experienced, etc. And he also conquered Agra and made Agra his capital and declared himself as the emperor of Hindustan. So after the first Battle of Panipat, Babur army was unwillingly to take part in further battles. They were not interested. So Babur won over his soldiers by an impressive and inspiring speech. So he made a good speech in front of them, because now no more they were ready to go for the war. Then the Battle of Kanwa, which was fought in 1527. Rana Sanga of Mewar, he was a leader of the Rajput. He marched towards Agra with a large army. The Mughal army met the Rajput army in the Battle of Kanwa in 1527. So Rajput fought bravely but were routed. So there were many reasons for the failure of the Rajputs. Then the Battle of Chanderi, which was fought in 1528. Rajput was the Battle of Kanwa cribbed the powers of the Rajput but did not crush their spirit. Okay, they were no doubt they were defeated, but again they were ready to fight. So Babur marched against Chanderi, which was a stronghold of the Rajputs, and again in 1528 Babur army captured the fort of Chanderi, and Rajputs, they were uprooted. Then Battle of Ghagra, After the Rajput threat was over, Babur has to face the Afghan forces on the bank of river Ghagra. So Babur army defeated the Afghans in 1529. Babur died in CE 1530. After his death, he was succeeded by his elder son, whose name was Humayun. Some of the achievements of the Babur children, just see. Babur, he was a brave general with a great military genius also. Then he was an orthodox Sunni Muslim. He was not a fanatic. He did not follow the ulamas. He was a gifted poet also, author also. He loved music and played the game of polo. He also appreciated nature and laid a number of gardens and plants, planted many orchards. Then the gardens of Agra, Dholpur, Sikri, they were some of the example. His autobiography, Tughlaq Babri, also known as Baburnama, it is a very excellent literary work. It was written in the Turkish language. Then a new form of warfare where artillery and cavalry were used together. It was introduced by Babur. He was who, by his bravery and wisdom, he laid the foundation of the Mughal Empire in India. So after the Babur, we are going to study about the Humayun, who was the elder son of Babur. His complete name was Nasiruddin. He got the title of Humayun when he ascended the throne. After ascending the throne, Humayun found himself surrounded by many rivals group, the Afghans, Rajputs, many other. So, like his father, he was also a brave person, and he not only Humayun's own brothers, they were also not happy with the Humayun. They were not satisfied with their parts of territories and wanted to get the supreme authorities of the throne of Delhi.